What's going on, everybody?
What up?
Welcome to the Real Podcast Head. Bang, 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 baby. Bang, bang, bang. Back in the building. Yeah. Back in the building. What's going on, people?
Happy Sunday.
Happy.
Yeah.
What's that sound? Is that in the beat?
I guess it is. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's...
Oh, I was like, it was clicking like...
It pick up your...
Yeah.
It pick up his arm.
I was like...
Do your arm again?
What up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? B Glenn over here in the building.
Yes,
What's going on, people? This your boy Jody, the one and only.
This your boy. Oh, go ahead, Solo.
Oh, I'm last. Go ahead.
All right. This your boy Bros. You know what I'm saying?
One and only Solo Swing.
What's going on, people? What's going on?
We back for Fun Day Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Fundy.
Forgive us as we was in the studio recording, trying to get B's last part on this one song that we working on. So, we try to do as much as possible when we together. Are we on IG?
Yeah, we up on IG. We on TikTok. We on YouTube.
Let me go to IG.
Like we always say, for the full experience, jump over to YouTube.
Hop on over to that YouTube.
If not, stay on TikTok, IG. We appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome for the real good experience of the Real Podcast Head. We have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
We good. Yeah, we good. So, fellas, how your Sunday going so far?
Oh man, it's a beautiful Sunday. It's nice outside today. A little chilly, but it's nice out.
Okay. Solo, you good, baby?
Yeah. Out of my mind right now. Out of my mind.
Bros, what's good? You good, baby?
I'm good, man. I had to wake up a little early this morning. I wake up early every morning, but this morning I had to take care of some honeydew things.
I
You know what I'm saying? Honeydew this.
No doubt.
Made me late, man. I went to go do the curbside pickup at like Walmart, man. It was taking forever. Set me back.
That's how I normally be.
You know, it's all good though.
Yep.
Yeah. They say it seems like y'all trying to give it. Look, Erica, what's Erica?
Camera's off. Right?
Tizo, we trying to get things. Sometimes we got some technical difficulties. Sometimes, but we real authentic here.
Yeah.
Hit the three. Which
should be one.
Is it one? Hit one.
It was on?
We good?
Yeah, it's on straight.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, you good?
All right, let's get right into it, B. What we got today, B?
Bros, I think Bro's gonna kick it off with some.
Bros, you kicking this?
Some sports.
Let's go. See, this is the authenticity of the Real Podcast Head. We give it to you raw.
Before we do this, make sure y'all subscribe on TikTok and YouTube. Make sure y'all put the hearts, push as many hearts as you can on TikTok for us, please. Let's get the numbers up on there.
Yes, sir.
Right. And if y'all can hear us, please make sure send a message. Let us know if you can hear us.
Thank you.
TikTok, IG, YouTube.
Yeah, and I just want to emphasize that the likes and the shares, all this stuff helps and supports the channel, man. It costs you nothing. So if you haven't done it and you watching, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that share, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon, all of the above.
No doubt.
All right, let's jump on right in this thing. I'm gonna hit it off with the sports real quick. So now I gotta go back and I gotta watch this card because my man Faisal hit me up. I didn't get a chance to watch the fights last night for UFC, but he hit me up and was like, this card was ridiculous. All but one fight on the card ended in a KO. Which is like, that's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I won't go too much into it. I'll just go through the names. Welterweight division, Philip Rowe KO'd Nico Price. Then you had middleweight division. Eric Anders, he KO'd Kyle Dawkins. Then you had Jack Hermanson. He lost the KO by Roman. I'm not even gonna pronounce his last name. Then you got the heavyweights. Tai Tuivasa got KO within the first 30 seconds, and my man, he did tell me about that one. He got KO within the first 30 seconds of the fight by Sergey Pavlovich. Now, for those who don't know who Tai Tuivasa is, he's from the islands, man, and he's a really animated UFC fighter. He's known for doing what they call shoeies.
He drink out the shoe.
Yeah, he be like with random, but he takes it up like every time.
It
bro.
wasn't no shoe drinking last night. I seen that joke.
Yeah.
That Russian band cracked his skull early, dog. Slept him. Face bloody.
Yo, Sergey nice though, but yeah, he didn't let people spit in his shoe. They'll pour like all kinds of stuff and they'll spit in it and he'll just drink that junk. It's crazy, bro. You got flyweight, also KO. But yeah, if you didn't watch the fights, yeah. Oh, Kevin Holland got KO'd.
Yeah, he got knocked out. He sent to the hospital or something. What I read earlier this morning.
Dang. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's it for UFC. I don't have too much on boxing right now. Everybody knows. Well, I don't know everybody, but you know, if you follow boxing, the fights coming up. You got Tank Davis. His fight's coming up. I believe in January. Then you got Ryan Garcia as well. And then I think you got what's my man that's running from Spence? Oh, Crawford. Crawford fight coming up. I also believe in January, February time frame. So yeah. So that's it for sports. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What we got next? All
right. I guess jumping into the topics that we have for today. Let's see here. Where do we want to go? We knocked out the sports thing. So I think we were going to kids forced to play sports.
Okay.
What I mean by kids forced to play sports are you have some parents who want their kids to be in everything. You know what I'm saying? Say, for instance, they play football, right? They have them in Little League football. They might be in middle school football. They might be in travel football. Mm-hmm. And it leads into the summer. And now I get this. Once you get to a certain age, you know, high school, you're expected sports all year round. You know what I'm saying? You training in the off season instead of third. But as children, or as, you know, younger kids, younger adults, so to speak, where is that cutoff at? Do y'all agree with a kid doing sports all year round? Like, meaning, like, I mean, I understand going from football to basketball or whatever, but just always constantly busy.
Right.
Do y'all believe in that?
I mean, I'll go first. I think that I think it's important, man, because it keeps your kid active. You know what I'm saying? And I fall victim to this. Like, my son, I don't put him in as many sports as he should be, but you also have to, like, you can't. I feel like there's a balance between. There's a difference between pushing and forcing. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like, my son, he likes some sports. He likes, you know, flag football. We did last season, but he's more into music. You know what I'm saying? He makes his beats and all the other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to keep your kid as active as possible so that they'll, you know, yeah.
Okay. What you think, Joe?
So it's a difference. Yeah, it's a difference. I believe I agree with bros. I think they should be introduced to these things. Like my sons, I introduce them to it. If it clicks with them, then it clicks. Mm-hmm. If it don't, it don't. But I'm not gonna force him to like do something that I know he don't like doing.
Right.
I think I don't like him just sitting home playing video games. And but then a lot of times I know some parents be like, because I fall victim to it because I didn't sit at home and just play video games. You ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's important for not to get so caught up on it. But if you look at it nowadays, I mean, a lot of these kids making money off just playing video games, and it's so much stuff out here that they can get into other than, it don't have to be sports, because they considering playing video games a sport. Some people, not all, you know.
That Oculus joint.
Yeah, like people looking at it as a sport. So, I mean, I think this just depends on the kid. And I know there's some places that you go where, like, I know down south, it's like it ain't even about, you know, if you play football, it's about, you know, what team you play for, because everybody play football. You know, everybody playing something.
Right.
But again, I agree with piggybacking what bro said. Like, you can introduce them, but if it don't click with them, just, you know, find a way. You know, like my son, he don't like football particularly. He loved flag football, but he don't like the actual tackle football. That you know, just the physicalness of it. Yeah. But the dude loves to train. He loves the training aspect of it. He loves the gym. He loves to work out. He loves to do that. But, you know, and that's the thing with him. My son is an outside boy. He loves the physical stuff of everything. Right. But, you know, and that's why I try to, and that's what you try to hone in on. Like, whatever they like doing, okay, so you like working out. All right, so now I'm going to get you in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're going to be working out, building muscle. Yeah. Right. Told me the other day, Dad, so how I get a six-pack? What I need to do to 11 years old? Nah, you got to stop eating cakes and pies. But Dad, man, the cakes and pies, so man, I love it, man. So it's a way I can eat that and still get that. No, you got that's what it is. Yeah, it's hard, man, but that's what it is.
Real quick before we get to, I'm gonna hit these two comments in here. Erica Denzel said, my two kids are only interested in two sports all year long. This is on IG. She also said that you can keep them active, but not in every sport, especially if they're not interested. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is, you know, what we're trying to say.
So what do you think, Solo?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it depends on your kids if they're active. You know what I mean? I think they should, you know, if your kids are like athletic, they should be doing something all year round, especially after school programs, whatever. If it's not a sport, you should be doing something. You know what I mean? Because it's Bieglin always says an idle mind is a devil's playground. So I feel like if you're not doing something, you know, you're not, you know, your kids are like back in the day when we were growing up, we was always outside. Like we was either outside, we was working, or we was playing sports, or we was doing music. It was never a dull time. Like I don't remember a time where we was actually like playing video games. If we did play video games, it's because we had like cousins come spend the night, and it was like close to bedtime. So that's when you up. You know what I mean? You like 12 o'clock at night on a Saturday or Friday, we up playing video games. But really, 8 o'clock and up, we was outside until it got dark. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, I feel like it should be the same way. My son, my middle boy, he actually made the JV basketball team, the first cut. He made it.
That's what's up.
But he quit. Wow. He don't want to play. He want to do soccer. He said basketball is just boring. I was like, so you just going to make
more boring than soccer?
So I don't even know if he's gonna make. So basically, he made the team. He left, tried out for what do you call it, soccer, and now that he's back now on the basketball team as a manager. So I'm like,
but that's even more boring than what she was doing.
I know. I'm kind of like disappointed in him because I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
no, what? Don't be. He just got to find his niche.
No,
I get what you're saying.
But this is what you gotta understand. He is a beast in basketball. He probably didn't think he was gonna make it. That's number one. So when I came home, I said, hey, you made the basketball team. He was like, I ain't make it. I said, I seen the list. You made it. He was like, I did. He said, I'm about to quit the joint. I was like, what? Like
right off break.
Yeah,
right?
Like he was like, cause I don't think I'm gonna play. I'm like, but and then what's sad is that the coach comes to me and goes, yo, why your son quit, man? You know what I mean? I was just like, so I don't want to explain him. So I went home. I said, look, you got to tell the coach. You know what I mean? You left. He was like, wow, you can tell him. I'm like, no.
Right. That was your decision.
Exactly.
You know what? Has your kid ever sat the bench on any sport he played?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. They always look at him because of his height, right? But when he gets on the field, Big Glenn can tell you, like, he's a superstar. But the first thing they think of was, like, he's played on teams where he would be the first kid to play, right? Like, I mean, like just coming out and nobody knows him. So when they see him, they already have their scout kids. So he's always had to been the one like to try hard.
Right.
But when he come out there, he's an athlete and he's like dominating. But the problem is, they're not going to choose the kid that's been there 3-4 years over him that's just coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the reason. You know what I mean? I don't think he wants to sit the bench.
And that's what I'm about to say.
He
don't want to sit the bench, and that's what it is. Like, because I know where you're coming from. I'm sorry, I wasn't sitting the bench. I ain't playing if I ain't playing. All right, well then I ain't gonna be on the team.
See, I think this is the problem, and this is not on no racist thing. I need to just be real with this. The last couple schools that he played at was predominantly the coaches were, Caucasian, okay? But these past teams that he played on were African American coaches. So, and they actually looked at him and was like, yo, I don't know why he got that mindset like he's not going to play, like he's going to get some playing time. But in his mind, he's still thinking like, well, the last people I played with, they sat me down.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know, man. Being a coach, being a teacher at the school, I feel like, okay, if your kid's not good, okay, don't worry about it. Right. But if he's an athlete or if your daughter's a beast, like, you just gonna let it go?
But who gonna do that with their child though? Ain't nobody gonna tell it. Everybody want their child to be out there. Put my child in the game.
But see, me being a coach, if my son wasn't that good, I'm not gonna play my son like that. I mean, I'll give you some playing time, but we gotta win.
I give you a prime example. What's the little young kid? What's the little young kid that was on YouTube and everybody was going crazy? Oh, sorry as hell. But he shot about 40 times his father, the coach. Now, what's a little young kid? He like Spanish or something. I don't know. A little young kid. Anyway, sorry as a mug. Everybody would exploit him, but he was getting so much love on YouTube. He was making money. His father was coach, so he just playing him. And dude just shooting 50 times a game. I don't even remember young dude name. I can't remember his name. But shooting 50 times a game, just shooting up.
We lost -50 to 20.
Yeah, for real. They playing against the top schools. He just shooting.
You know what? At the end of the day, though, you got to have a balance too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to show your kids that you got to have a balance to life, and that they got to be able to experience some outdoor life. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we don't want our kids to become victim to the streets, and not to say that the streets is all bad, but you know what I'm saying, there are bad parts to it. They have to see some of those bad parts, because that's what makes a lot of us who we are and what we are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because we've experienced those things. So is it right to shelter your kids? You know what I'm saying? And just keep them so involved and so busy with stuff that they don't realize what life is all about sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I mean, if you really, I mean, you're saying, is that necessarily bad? Because I mean, when we were young, we was always busy, and I mean, it wasn't bad.
We always found time to hook up and do things. You know what I'm saying? Like we had this discussion before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kids see other kids that they know from their school out in public, and they don't talk to them. When we was coming up, we go over, like I go to Rome house. You know what I'm saying? Hang with Rome. We walk. Susie or John live down the street. We go down the street and hang with them.
Times are different.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
Different.
Times are different. They got this internet and social media. They don't people and the phones. I remember one dude was talking about, I had it rough. I didn't get my cell phone until I was 12. Like what? Like we ain't had no. Like, is he serious?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. Like these kids got so much access to the world than what we had, man. Because we didn't have a lot that was going on. Like we didn't have social media. Like so we had to have that communication with each other. I had to go over your house. I had to go over his house. It was hard.
You know what I realized too? Like kids are not really trying to get their driver's license. They not really like pushing like we did. Like, we was excited. Like we was 14 years old. Wait till I turn 15. I'm getting my permit. Like it's a game. I'm getting it. It's over. You know what I mean? But now it's like kids be like, I get it when I get it. Like, yo, you don't want to drive? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that important to them anymore.
Because they got
everything.
They got it. Like I remember, I'm gonna tell y'all, I remember I never would miss school on a Friday. I don't care if I was not missing school on Friday. Because why wasn't I missing school on Friday?
Because of the pep rallies or
everything.
because of the games?
You
whatever.
had to know. That's the only way you can know what's going on the weekend.
That's it.
You wouldn't know. Like you'll be if you didn't go to school on Friday, you was lost in the sauce of what was going on the weekend.
Yeah.
Who was doing what at who house? Who was doing what here? Who was going on? You better go to school. That was our social media. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
So I mean, it's.
We got 2 more comments in here from Erica Tazino again. Let me see. Scroll back up here. Where did Jim go? Okay, she said some parents, just because they were in every sport when they were in school, they expect their kids to do the same, and that's not fair, especially if they don't want to. And then she also said that, hold on, a little bit of that. When I know my kids' grades aren't looking good, I encourage them that education is important before joining sports.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Like in reality, like the school I'm at, you can't play no sports unless your grades is. That's a big thing, especially in high school. You know what I'm saying? That's when, like, you know, it's bad when a teacher comes to you and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to have him stay after school. He got to bring this up to a C." I'm like, well, you know, he ain't gonna. That ain't gonna happen overnight. Now he got to stay up every day.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. What's happening these days? And you know this, Solo. And y'all know this. Nowadays, if you the star player, you ain't gotta do nothing.
Nope.
No. Somebody do it.
You ain't gotta do nothing. It's like they're gonna cater. The reason why, okay. I'm about to put something in perspective. Can we blame a teacher? Okay, let's say I'm getting paid kibbles and bits as a teacher. I know this kid. Now people got to realize this. I don't think, and that's why a lot of parents take it serious, and that's why a lot of teachers take it serious. I know this kid is a star basketball player. Guess what's about to happen? Our school's about to be put on Front Street because of this player. Mm-hmm. Our school's about to be boosted because of this player. Mm-hmm. That means my paycheck can rise because of this player. Mm-hmm. Because what's going to happen is if this player boosted my school, we've seen it all today. If this player boosts my school, guess what's going to happen? Everybody going to want to come to my school. And all that's going to do is more resources, more tuition, more everything. It's going to come to my school. Right. So therefore, they're going to boost this player. They're going to give this player what they need, or these players, whatever, because it's going to boost the clears. You talking about the Oak Hills? There's a school. What school is it? IMG in Florida. They have a whole athletic. Matter of fact, the NBA played the bubble at one of their when they played the games at one of them. Yeah. At one of the high school. Mm-hmm. They have a whole athletic department geared towards these kids, high school kids. It makes money, so therefore they ain't got to do nothing. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people. If I got a star player, guess what? He gonna have a free ride through life. Yeah. And that's how people think.
No doubt. So, with that being said,
I mean, let me ask you this, because you coach and you ref. How did you
look at me like what?
Yeah, I mean, I know. I'm putting it out there because
I plead the fifth.
I said that because, you know what I'm saying, like, he sees that 24/7. He sees the kids that are really good, and we always have these conversations. And one of the 2 kids that he did coach was 2 of his sons, and one of his sons is really into, like, you know, computers and building computers and stuff like that, YouTube, things like that. But he was good in football. He played flag football. He coached them. Mm-hmm. And I think I asked him, like, how did you feel, you know, about that when, you know, your son, I guess he didn't want to play? I mean, I'm pretty sure you were, like, okay with it, but, you know.
I mean, you know, it kind of stung because I wanted him to play. You know, his older brother played, or his older brother played. So I wanted him to play sports, and I knew he had the talent to do it, but I wasn't going to force him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to force, and that's what I hope most parents would realize. Don't force your kids to do something that they don't want to do. Mm-hmm. Just support them in whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's legal, of course. But you know what I'm saying? Just support them what they want to do. If they want to play soccer, or they want to play baseball, basketball, or if they want to build computers, or if they want to do, you know, IT or whatever the case may be, just support your child in whatever they want to do, because at the end of the day, they don't want to feel different. And, you know, I know his brother was, you know, he was a standout in football.
Yeah.
So he has some pretty big shoes to kind of live up to. So I still want to support him and say, hey, if you don't go that route, I'm still going to be your biggest cheerleader no matter what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
By you being a referee, do you see a lot of parents like going off on it? Because I'm pretty sure you've seen a ton of games like we've seen. As people like really just going crazy when it comes to that. Now?
I mean, the
like,
sad thing is like you got like 7 and 8 year olds, right?
Wow.
Playing flag football, and the coaches are so like, I almost had to throw a coach out of a game one game because he's so like they want you to call everything on him. At a 7 and 8 year old, you can't expect these kids sometimes to stand still on the line. They might take off before the ball's hike. It's certain things that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to kind of let slide.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, you didn't see that, or he jumped. Like, come on, man. These are 7, 8 year olds.
Yeah. You can't call everything. Yeah.
So, but it's just that there's so much involved in it, and they're playing there's certain kids that they want to play. It's sad, man.
It is.
And that's why I always say I'm a firm believer in, I mean, I can't say firm believer, but not all dads should be football coaches. That's just what it is.
I can't, coaches in general.
And I can say this dude right to my right did the best job coaching ever. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen, and he had a talented squad, and he did a wonderful job. You know what I'm saying? Like
kudos.
I tried. Those are my first time.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Did a wonderful job.
Okay, let me ask you this, bros. How was it for your first time coaching?
It was a little hectic. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a little hectic. Like trying to remember everybody's name. Like I don't know none of these kids, right? Like you get over here, you. But nah, it was fun though, man. You know what I'm saying? It was good for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I get in the routine, like my day to day. Like I'm behind the computer and I'm doing that kind of thing. So it's good for me too to get out there with my son, with the other kids, be active, running up and down the field, and you know. So it was fun, man.
Was you harder on your son, or would you like how was you with your son?
Nah, I would say it was. I would say that was probably even across the board, like, you know. And what I was cognizant of was trying not to play him too much. You know what I'm saying? One, because again, he's not all the time outside. You know, he likes working on music and, you know, playing video games and stuff. So I was, you know, trying to maintain him not getting tired and stuff like that, but didn't want to play him too much or look like I was showing any favoritism. So
how did he take that?
He was
like,
fine.
No, I'm saying like by him playing, did he did he enjoy the game?
He did. I'm trying to keep him in baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball, exactly. You know, or maybe even soccer, but baseball is that thing. But I was surprised to say once the season was over, he was like, I want to do, you know, flag football again. You know what I'm saying? So
wow,
you know,
that's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
So jumping into the next topic, fellas, what's a good amount of time to spend with friends when in a relationship or a marriage?
You talking about when you get married and, you know, committed relationship, like your friends, like y'all, So what's a good time to spend with y'all?
What's a good amount of time? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have, you know what I'm saying, some people, some relationships, the significant other might not be like, you might not want your girl to go hang with her girls on Friday nights at the bar, or just to go out and hang out with the girls, or do you not mind? You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask y'all go on in and speak on it. I mean, what about y'all wives?
Like, even if you're not married, I feel like this is just me. Even if you're not married and you're in a healthy relationship, you need to have three things. Let me just put it like this in categories. You need to have we time, you and your girl. You need to have alone time when it's just you by yourself, and you need a time away when it's with your friends. You need to have that. You need to have a balance. If you don't have a balance, it's not looking cool. If you put more time into your girl and y'all don't have a, you know what I mean? This is the thing I noticed too, and there's nothing wrong with having a best friend as a spouse, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But what if you're the one that goes on for years and you don't know anybody, right? You ain't talking to nobody, but your spouse is your only friend, and then when she dies, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like who you got to hang out with now? What you know what I'm saying?
Well, what do you mean when she dies? Dang, Larry. When she 98 and she dies, would you?
I'm just saying.
I'm waiting to die too.
But what I'm saying is that
coming, Elizabeth.
what I'm saying saying is that people don't have like you see how he threw out the age 98. Some people don't get that.
Right.
Some people don't have the expectancy of 58 and stuff like that. But let's get this straight too, though. When we're so stuck into our relationships, we have nobody that we can rely on when it comes to stuff that we may need. Just I'll give you a prime example. Like, say for instance, I've been in a relationship for 20 some years and I don't talk to none of y'all, but then I call you up because I need some money or something. Like, bro, I ain't heard from you in years. You heard, you know what I'm saying? I think you need to have a balance, because it's like when you so engulfed with somebody, it's like you don't know anything else. But I think you should, like I said, I feel like you should allow your girl to go out and have some time with her friends, her family, whoever she desires to be. Or if she just decides to go by herself, let her go out. Let you go out and have time with your friends. And then you go back and y'all have your time. But it should have a balance. I mean, I know people that's, since they got married, you don't see them no more. Like you alive? You still here? Like, I ain't know you exist. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I don't know. That's just me.
It's just, I mean, like for me, man.
I just want to say this is a great topic because I got a lot to say about this, but go ahead.
Yeah. For me, like, and I agree that like you definitely have to have a balance, right? And then like, because like my circle of friends is very small, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, but even with that small circle of friends, it's just, I would say it also depends on the dynamic. Like if you got little kids, a whole bunch of little kids, you know what I'm saying? And then like you working, like it's hard to find time for that extra stuff sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and going to kick it with the fellas, you know, like it's like you have to make time to go do that and like actually plan that, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's, I don't know, man. But I do agree. Like I said, I think you definitely have to have balance with that when you do have that, the opportunities to go kick it with your fellas, or, your girls or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So.
What you gonna say? B. I see B's face.
I'm looking at Jody, but I agree with what everybody has said so far. I feel like you gotta have that balance. I know for a while in my life I didn't have that balance like that. I didn't have it under wraps.
Thanks for being honest too.
But those times, as you know what I'm saying, I've started to change, the directive a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I realize that you need those times. Sometimes you gotta get time away from your significant other. So when you do link up, y'all have things to talk about, and you know what I'm saying, you get the time to miss each other, you know what I'm saying? And even when you have kids, you know what I'm saying, sometimes the significant other has to take the kid, you know what I'm saying, the kids whatever, and let you have that time, and then you share, you know what I'm saying, you reciprocate, and let her go out and you take the kids and just, you know what I'm saying, baby, go out, enjoy it. Like when my wife goes out, if she goes out to hang with her sister or go to hang out with family or what have you, I'll take the boys, you know what I'm saying, when they were younger, even now, I mean, but when they were younger, I would take them, and I don't call her phone. I'm not bothering you. I don't, you out, you do you. I see you when you get home. When you call me on your way home, we'll talk. But other than that, I'm not calling you. I've seen where, you know what I'm saying, other folks, I'm not going to say no names, but I've seen where other folks were out, you know what I'm saying, and they significant other blowing their phone up, like calling them, like left and right. I'm like, bro, like, why are they calling your peoples like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, but I just believe that you got to have balance in your relationship. And that's part of that balance. It's having some you time, some, you know what I'm saying?
You imagine how.
Yeah. And let us know in the comments too, you know what I'm saying, what y'all think about this particular topic, and
What you gonna say, Joe?
I have pretty much, I want to say a lot. I'm trying to like narrow it down. I agree with all y'all saying. I think it's the dynamic of your relationship. What he said, what all y'all said was very true. It has to be a balance. But just like what bro said, it's hard when you have a lot of variables that play a part in your relationship. Kids, work, everything. It plays a part. I have found it where I've seen where, like, okay, I give you a prime example of me. I do a lot. It takes a strong woman, it takes a patient woman to understand how much I do. When we talk about gym, music, y'all, my friends, fellas, family, it takes a lot. I pretty much, when I'm up at 6, 7 in the morning, I'm pretty much up all day running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Now, when it comes to a woman and a marriage, I think it's important for you to have y'all time, just like you said, me time. But then what can happen, I've seen this, is one or the other is doing so much where they kind of wrap themselves around your friend circle in your life. And it's hard because then you like, okay, you need to get your own set of friends, your own life. But it's hard because they have consumed themselves with you so much that they forget their friends and they lose their friends. So because they've been wrapped around you so much, now you like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. You need to get your own circle of friends. You need to do your own thing. But I think a lot of people find that hard because they get wrapped up so much into your life and what you're doing and what you're going, because we all want our people to be supportive, right? We want our partner to be supportive. So we like, oh baby, oh you doing this? Okay, well let me help you with this. And you're like, yeah, baby, help me with that. Oh, you're like, yeah, let me help you with that. Oh, help me with that. But then all of a sudden at one point you feel like, wait a minute, her whole circle is starting to be my circle out this month. Like, wait a minute, you got to get you gonna get your own thing, or you going like, wait a minute. Yeah. And then that's when you leave, and then the phone call started. Like when you coming home, because they have wrapped themselves so much into your life that they forgot about their whole life because they've been so entwined in yours. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So then they call and they like, now you become their outlet. Now they're gonna call and say, oh, when you come home? So when you this and how you this and what it is? You said 2:30, but that was 4. You get what I'm saying?
I was gonna say too.
Hey, before you go, Talon Speaks for Me said you need someone who's just as busy as you are. It says it minimizes the "you don't have time for me" argument. Amore 2115 says, and that is why it's important to have all 3 factors so they don't lose themselves in their own friends.
That's right. Yeah. I was going to say, now this is the thing. Now you're not going to always get the person that's just like you.
You're not.
And I'm not trying to neglect or take away from what Talon Speaks, because that's a fact. But you're going to get the person that may be the one that doesn't have friends. You see what I'm saying? You got some women that don't like other women. You know what I mean? They don't want to be around. They'll be introvert. And the thing is, that's where a place comes in where, when that happens, people can get jealous. You know what I mean? Because you're the extrovert, you're out talking to people, and then you got the one that's introvert, and they're like, well, why are you always spending time with them? And I feel like honestly, it has to get to a place to where your spouse. If you know you cannot fulfill that part of them, then let them be. You know what I mean? Don't put a wedge in there, because it's almost like a little kid being rebellious. You're kind of putting a rebellious thing in a position where if somebody's like, hey, you know me, I'm an extrovert. When you met me, this is how I was. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to change that? And they're like, yeah, I can meet you halfway, but if you're not that person that wants to be introduced to my friends or want to be around my friends, it's like you want to keep me all to yourself, and that's not fair.
You know what? It's so tough. And see, as you age, it gets even tougher. And that's why, because that person's already set in there. Okay, there you go. That person. Okay, if somebody meet us, now y'all married, somebody meet us right now, right now. This is what we are. This is who the podcast, the marriage, the this. You got kids, you get this. So when you come in, you take me. You got to take me as I am. Just because you don't have friends and you can't accept it, then you can't get with me, because I got so much going on. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
And if you different, as long as you willing to accept that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're the opposite of that, then like, hey, you know what? I know that's what you are. I'm not like that, but I'm cool with you. Being I'm cool with you being with your people, because I know that that's not me. But you get into a relationship saying, well, this ain't fair. You know what I mean? You always with them every 24/7. Well, hold it. You knew I was doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You knew this is how it was.
You can't. That's not fair. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think like this. I feel like it's cool if they're solitary and they want to be your people's friend. That's cool, because at least they coming out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they want to be a part. I think that's a person trying. But I honestly feel like it's a selfish piece if one person is solitary and they're not used to being out, but yet they want all your time. And then when you do something, it can look like it's devious or it can look funny. Or you now you changing up. No, I'm not changing up. This is something that I feel that I need to do, and I probably haven't been living a healthy life like I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
So it takes somebody to bring that out of somebody else. You know what I mean?
Probably was already there.
So
but
we got a comment from JB there. Fact solo. That's me. I'm an introvert. I realized that my husband is not, and now we have balance.
You know what? And
definitely have balance.
But the good thing, sis. The good thing, sis, is that, you know what I'm saying, like you know us, so we like family. You know what I'm saying? So you a part of us. So we would never put you in a place where like, oh, you would, there she go again. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand that piece. You feel what I'm saying? So we also know that you married. So we understand that you need that time. You need your husband's time. You know what I'm saying? It's just learning. Okay, look, he does this, I do this. So you see what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all a question then. So what is a good time for a woman to be out with her friends? How much time is okay time?
As long as she's not neglecting her house and her husband.
So every weekend is cool. And once every 2 weeks.
It depends on what you're doing.
What is a good time?
You could be doing bingo. You could be doing, you could be going out shopping. You could be, you know what I'm saying? There's so many positive things. Like there's things where they can do like the painting. What is it? Like they go out and they do the painting things.
Drink wine.
Yes, wine. Yeah, arts and crafts. There's so many things.
So let me say
or
this.
Church events.
So what if her friends are not married? Does that matter?
So
activities. I was gonna say activities play a part in how much time you're spending with that friend and what friends you actually spend that time with. You know what I'm saying? But every relationship is different too. You know what I'm saying? Because you have some, for me, it's like, if you got some friends and they trying to go to the strip club, well, you know what I'm saying? Hell no, you're not going. Mm-hmm. But some people have relationships that like they cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't cool with it. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
You ain't cool with, hold on, what did you say?
Going to the strip club. No,
but friends going to the strip club. I was saying like activities play a part in how much time you spend with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah.
We will come back. So you saying, wait a minute.
Before you go, let me read his comment. At JB there from Amore, she said, being an introvert is okay as long as you know the importance of allowing him to continue being an extrovert. JB there said, true. Talent Speaks to Me said, men have a problem with women having unmarried friends if they're married.
Exactly. And that is true.
I will say
that's true.
I will say no.
I don't have a problem with that.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with it. As long as if you have a sound mind friend,
yeah, cool. It depends on the friend.
Yeah, if the friend is like awesome and she's not intertwining, because this is how I feel. This is just me. This is how I've always been, and this is for my male friends. If my male friends are married, I don't talk about their marriage. I don't even. I leave it biblical. That's not for me. That's between you and God. If you want some advice, I'll pray for you. That's keeping it 100. I'll pray for your situation. I will never tell you to leave your spouse. I will never tell you to leave your marriage because that's not my place. Now, if you not married and we talking, I'm gonna give you some sound advice and I'm gonna tell you to make some decisions that you need to make. But when it comes to that line, that borderline of you being married, no, that's out of my realm now. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's just not a place.
What if I was gonna say, what if you got a friend that's married and they bring you into it? Do you give advice or do you hold back? Because
the advice, this is the thing you got to look at, because that's a touchy situation, right? Mm-hmm. So the advice that you give, you would give the sound advice to help better their marriage, not to cripple their marriage. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if I'm gonna give you sound advice, it's not gonna be like the next time I see her, like, oh, I can't stand that huzzy for what you did to him. You know better, like. But see, that I'm gonna be real with you. That's what, and this is the reason why some men do not want women to have certain friends, because if they spill the beans or if there's stuff being said out of the relationship to that female automatically feels some type of way about that person's spouse, which clearly you're wrong to even feel any type of way because it's not your marriage.
So JB there said, don't tell your unmarried friend all your business.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, that is so much, that's 1,000% right.
I would say don't tell nobody.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that far. However, it's touchy because people these days, it goes back to that friend thing when we was talking about the plates. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna go back to the plates. And that's why I kind of said, no, I will bring them the plates. Because, okay, No, we ain't back on the plates. But that was the reason why I said don't bring them to plates. But let me say this. When it comes to, I think it's therapeutic to talk, to actually get a different perspective in some fashion about what's going on. Now, you don't have to get into detail, but it almost gets back to when we say this is therapeutic for us. It kind of gives you a different perspective, because sometimes you want to make sure you ain't tripping. Was this right? Was this wrong? Now, you can't go into detail of, oh yeah, now you ain't gonna get nothing like, oh, she did this in bed or this, that. No, you ain't gonna get like that. But when you want sound advice, or when you just want that person just listen, like I don't need you to talk, just listen to what I got to say.
Yeah, let you vent.
There you go. Yeah. When you got there, let it vent. That's cool. But when it comes to having a bunch of unmarried friends, the problem is that they can be messy. And just by you going out with them, if you say, okay, if you come back to me like, oh man, this girl Susan was at the Chippendales, is going crazy throwing ones. Now immediately in my mind, you're coming to me saying, in my mind? All right, look. All right, y'all, we back on. We had some technical difficulties. But we back in. So
okay, you gonna put it.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
B, you good?
I'm trying to get back. Y'all go ahead.
All right. So we were talking about just having being married or whatever, have friends is not married, and the issues when it comes to friends, But anyways, what I was saying was, before we had technical difficulties, if a friend come to you and they tell you, your wife come to you and she be like, oh, Susan such and such was at Chippendales doing her thing, girl, man, it was crazy. And then you very next week say, oh, me and Susan going out, we gonna hang out. In my mind, I hear Chippendales. That's all I hear. So I'm like, why you hang around her? She just, I'm like, wait a minute, you going out with Susan? I thought you said Susan was like at Chippendales being you know what I'm saying? So certain things that your friend is, if they're a messy friend, you gonna have a problem with, period. I'll give you a prime example. I don't even want to call, but I will say this. I don't want to say who. No, I ain't gonna even say that because that's putting out too much business. But a lot of times it's just like women who have a problem with their husband hanging out with a bunch of single dudes. Same thing. Like you go out to the strip clubs or whatever. Guess what they gonna say? Oh, no, I don't want you hanging out with them. They too much. Yeah. That's just what happens. Even though they not too much, you like, hold up. He just be chilling. I mean, he be having fun or drinking too much. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Oh, he drink too much, or he be always drunk everywhere. Or he always this every day. Or she always this, or she always that. Yeah. They have a problem with it.
My thing is, and while he was talking, I had something I wanted to say that was like, how you got something in mind like, dag it.
Oh, that was what you...
it was something like on the lines of what you were saying, because when y'all was saying like you shouldn't let nobody... Oh, this is what it was. It depends on the friend on who you allow to tell your information to, because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm that friend that I'm not gonna always agree with you. If your spouse is right, she's right, and you need to get yourself in order. If not, you shouldn't always have the yes man in your corner. You need to have somebody that's gonna be open to different things. If she says something like, because I'm the type of person is this.
They give it to you straightforward.
Yeah.
They ain't beat around the bush.
I don't want to hear your side that makes it sound glorified. I'm gonna say, okay, well, what did she say? I give me exactly what she said. Don't make yourself sound good. Yeah. And she sound terrible.
People always do that.
You know what I'm saying?
They always do that.
She ain't like when I made the greens the way they did. They was too hot. And then but what she said is that, well, baby, it's the fact that it could have been something so minute. You like, bro, she didn't even say that. Like, you know what I mean? Why you? So I hate that. So give me the facts so I can give you an answer from a friend's perspective. You know what I mean? Because I want to see you guys succeed. I think the problem is the reason why some people don't want to see their spouse, they don't want them talking to somebody, because some people can be jealous of their relationship, or you know what I'm saying, they feel out of place, they feel like the third wheel. It's just so many different. What was that? Bring Jesus? Is he answering the phone? Like, what was that? But I'm just saying, like, it's just so many different factors to that. But I feel like in all retrospect, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be telling the friends that's going to make your husband look like the bad person or your wife like the bad person. You know what I mean? Because you can be because you going if that person going to be around for a long time, do not make that person look bad, because now they got to see this person. Mm-hmm. And there's going to always be that wedge, like, there she go. Why you got to be with her? You didn't told her this and that mess. Now she thinking I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Now she know I got a big toe or something. You know what I mean? It's just something in general. So I was like,
and that's like, you know, like you said, you want to keep your business out of everybody's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, or out everybody. You want to keep your business. I was just listening to the sounds. Out of everybody. You want to keep your business to yourself, because I've had family members who have boyfriends or girlfriends, and you know, if they come back and say something, you got a whole different perspective on them now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now when you see them like, oh, this ain't, and you know what I'm saying, and then if something go down, you want to go over there and beat them up or say something to them, but then they like, no, don't do that. Or if you do say it, then 2-3 weeks later, they back with the dude again. So it's like, you got to take that information with a grain of salt.
And you know what's sad? What do you do when you see that person? You got to be like, hey, you know what I mean? And knowing in your back of your mind, like, dang, this dude is wow. You know what I mean? But you like,
but you know what I can't stand, and I know I'm about to ruffle some females' feathers real quick. What's wrong?
We not on IG.
Yeah, we are. We good.
No, my wife just texted said we're not.
You saying I'm live?
Oh, okay.
So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, my joint froze too.
I just think that I'm about to ruffle some feathers a little bit, but
hold on before you ruffle some feathers. I think you live.
Are we live? Spinning. We live? It's just spinning.
Dang, come on.
Yeah, the signal.
Jesus, we got too much stuff hooked up. So let me make sure. Make sure some of y'all off certain things if you ain't using them. Turn this off.
I'm about to just get off.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump. Hold on. I'm gonna just try it on
my joint's spinning.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, we still.
It's on.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm like, we live, you.
Okay, so are we back?
They said that we here. Tell them to kill.
Okay, cool. No, they can't.
They said, I see here you guys.
We back.
So, but no, what I was saying, I'm gonna ruffle a little feathers, and I want some females to like go ahead and chime in. If y'all want to come up,
yes,
if y'all gonna come up on me, go ahead, come up on me. But this is what I'm about to say. I get tired of women listening to other women who ain't got nobody. I get tired of it. I get tired of women taking advice from women that ain't got nobody.
I will say this.
I don't care.
I will say this.
Or have lost their relationship in the same way, or they cheated or did something in their relationship, and they want to tell you about your how to do your relationship.
This is what I will say on that. I would have to be on like I'm there with you, but then I'm not. I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because the person that may not have that relationship at that moment, we don't know the situation. Well, you probably would know, but you know what I'm saying. But if I don't know it, then I can't really. You see what I'm saying? Like,
no.
I'm only saying it because what if she's a sound friend? You know what I mean? Just because I'm not in a relationship, don't mean I'm not gonna give you the best advice at the moment. You see what I'm saying?
I was coming from it. I was thinking the same thing. You don't have to be in a relationship to give good advice.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you.
That's just like saying, look. That's just like saying, look.
To what I'm about to tell you.
Don't put your hand on the fire, but
all right, listen to this. All right, I'm about to tell you. Your dynamic is different, right? In your relationship than his, everybody else's, right?
Yeah, okay.
So if I'm a friend and I done had some bad relationships myself, and you know what I'm saying is, I've been grimy in my relationship.
Okay.
Who am I to give you advice?
I get that piece.
And that's what I'm saying.
What you're
and
saying
then you're listening to me.
Okay, I get you.
That's what I'm saying.
Basically, what you're saying is that the person had very terrible incidents.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Bad choices,
but want to tell you what
you should do in your relationship. It's like what?
But then at the same time, but like you, and that's your friend, right? So you know how they are, right? So you know what friends to really take their advice and what friends.
But they're listening. But that's the thing. We can say that. But they're listening to them.
But this is what I will say though. If she gives some sound advice, I'll be like, you might just be right.
Yeah.
You can't can't be wrong if she does. Now watch this. She could have had 12 mess ups, but that one thing she tell you could actually be like the thing.
But you know she's been messy. Like I know my friend is like out there. So why am I taking? Okay, if you a banker and you an investor and you made all these wrong bad decisions, why am I listening to you on how to invest?
So listen to this real quick.
You can actually take it.
Talent Speaks with Me said that's like saying a person who can't sing can't teach music. The best music teachers can't hold a tune.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That is facts,
okay.
though.
No. Okay, but if that teacher haven't taught nobody nothing,
hey, wait a
just
minute,
because they're a teacher and they haven't taught anybody nothing, why am I listening to that person being a teacher? You feel what I'm saying? If that teacher haven't taught anybody, or if I go to that student and say, "What did you learn?" They was like, "I ain't learned nothing." Then why are they a teacher? That's like saying, "Why?" That's what I'm saying.
And look, I know you're not talking about me because I'm a music teacher.
Yeah,
so look,
everybody who's a teacher is not a teacher. Everybody who say if you a person that's really out there, why am I gonna listen to you for advice if I know you ain't done nothing yourself?
I get it.
You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, it just depends on the advice on what's being said. I mean, if we're looking at your track record, but my thing is this though. I mean, that's just like somebody coming out of jail, and I'd be like, what can you tell me? But then they give me some advice that I need to hear. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's like, let's just put it like this. It just depends on the advice, okay? Because if you saying, did you listen to your friend? Well, what did she? I'm gonna ask you, well, what did she say to you? If she said something stupid, take your stupid tail with her. take your stupid tail. But if she said something that was like, okay, and it may have bothered you, you may not agree with it, but you're gonna be like, all right, she was right, so I can't even get mad at you for that. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I look at it as though it's like everybody always can. Okay. If that's like telling a person that's getting beat by their husband, why don't you just leave him, right? That's easier said than done because they're looking out from the outside of the box. And then you be like, but wait, wasn't you getting beaten? Ain't you getting beaten? You still stand with your husband?
That don't mean nothing.
Right? And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like you get... What happened?
That one's good. I think it's done.
People who, and that's the thing what I'm saying. It's like, it's always easy for somebody to look outside the box and judge you. But then it's like, wait a minute, aren't you the kettle? that's when they get the kettle called the kettle black, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I like, why do I need to, if it's just tough, and it is tough.
It makes people, this is the reason why, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, in my relationships, I always make a woman look good around my family because my family never know anything what's going on, and I hate that. Because if you in a relationship with a woman running her mouth, you go back to her family, oh, she just invited so-and-so. Oh, so you told him? Is that what you just did? Get your butt. I'm playing now. But I feel like that's a problem. I feel like in a relationship, you should make your I don't care if he is beating you. This may sound crazy. I don't, if he is beating you, you shouldn't be going to your family. Go to the authorities. You feel what I'm saying? Why you got? You know what I'm saying? Because if you go,
not really trying to leave.
Yeah, because if you're not gonna leave him, you gonna make him look bad anyway. So why and you making yourself look stupid? You see what I'm saying? So why even do that? Like, if she beat me in my house behind closed doors, that's none of y'all business. You feel me? You got
so why is your eye black, man? What was going on, man?
I was calling the kettle black and I fell.
I fell and hit the door.
But that shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, if I stick with her, you're going to be like, man, he's still with that chick. You know what I mean? You're going to always hear something negative. So I feel like what happens in your house stays in your house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my thing is this, get some counseling. Go. You can get, people don't think counsel work, but you don't have to go to a pastor. Your jobs have counselors.
You know what? I don't, and that's tough, man. As we keep talking about, it's still tough because we could say go seek counseling, but at the same time, if somebody come to you, they are looking for their outlet. They are looking for a way out, and it's hard. That's a hard, like a person getting beat up by their significant other, and they looking for, and it's like this hard, and they looking for that out. You say go to the authorities, but they looking like, I can't. I don't want to see him locked up. You know how people are.
Man. I'm when it comes to my stuff, I know that I don't like being a burden. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to call beagling or y'all be like, I'm not going to always every day keep crying to y'all about something that I'm going through because then it's going to become repetitive and old. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna be like,
yeah, like, so my thing is with that piece is it's like, I'd rather just deal with it on my own, or leave it alone. You know what I mean? Like I feel
a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. It's hard because and we've seen it all the time. I mean, and that's when the crime of passion happened, where they end up killing. I'm killing you, burning our house down. I'm killing the dog, the kids, and I'm killing myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. That's what happens. And even if I look at it like this, okay. If you need, that person have to be open. Especially, I think it's okay to go to a family member if you know that family member is an open individual. And what I mean by open-minded, where they can listen and they can understand. Because I look at it as though even if you go to a therapist, what a therapist going to do? If they know you're getting, they will call the police. They will call, because if they see that it's getting out of control, they will take the next action. You feel what I'm saying? They have to. Obligations, they have to.
And I was going to say that, you got two types, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to that situation. Let's just go with the scenario you saying, the man beating the woman, right? There's two people. There's that one where he's in private doing it and don't nobody doing it, and then there's the one where everybody just sees him doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think either way, if everybody sees it doing it, then it opens the door for people to be concerned, right? It's almost like, well, dang, I'm watching it, you know what I'm saying? But then there's people like, they want to step in, and the people are like, no, don't step in, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like you just got to use wisdom on what you need to do when it comes to a relationship, and be open. So what I mean by that is this: look, if you're talking to your friend, make some type of a note, or say, hey, look, I'm just telling you for you to listen. I don't need no advice. I don't want this, because if you don't want the advice, that's cool. But then even on the other side, if you're that friend that's listening, you need to be the friend to say, well, look, I'm not the one to talk to, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Solo ain't the one to talk to. Like, if you've been telling me this for 15, 20 years, stop telling me. I don't want to hear no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? If there's no change, if you ain't calling me, telling me any good news about your spouse, I don't want to hear it. That's just me. I want to hear what he doing good or what she doing good. Stop telling me what's always being
I will
bad.
say this to you though, but just that release can make things better. And what I mean by that is, even though you saying it's been 10, 15 years and you like, dang, why you keep telling me about this? That right there is therapeutic for them to actually can gain the courage to do something, even though it might not happen right then and there. Even though it might not happen, right then and there, is giving them encouragement. Because what will happen if they didn't have you to talk to? How much would they? They probably would kill them.
So more 2115 said, if I'm looking for an out, I always go to the ones I trust the most first, which is family.
Yeah,
and I would say this, and this is what I would say. This is the toughest thing when it comes to women. The security blanket is family, and I hate to say that. I just gotta be 100. But the problem is that a lot of times when you do that, you're bringing a wedge in your relationship because of how family can view that person. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes this is just me. My personal experience is the biggest things that destroy marriage is 3 things. This is just me, okay? Family, finances, and miscommunication. That's the biggest 3 things to me. And what is it? What is it? Not loyalty, but infidelity. We already know that, right? But family is one of the main things that can pull an opinion. You know what I mean? It's almost like if he's my brother, right, and he's my blood brother, and I love this man to death. Anything she tell me, it's not gonna matter unless he say it. You feel what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like she can say, "Hey, honey, turn off the oven," and I'd be like, "All right, whatever." B tell me turn off the oven. I go to her. B said turn off the oven. I just told you to turn off the oven, but when B said it, it makes sense. Like, you see what I'm saying? So we gotta look at it from a perspective of like some people's opinion matters a lot. So we gotta even be careful with even telling that to family.
So Talent Speaks to Me says, yes, sometimes just talking about it is scary. So if that person opens up, let them. JB there said, bad things happen when someone doesn't have someone to talk to.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Just let them vent. Because
that's cool.
If you don't let them vent, they can go a whole other way.
But see, that's cool. But what I'm saying is that you need to make that into like what's the word we're looking for when like, hey, look, I'm trying to think of the word when you say like, you're calling just to vent. Like, hey, I'm just venting. Like, I think that should be like one of those notes that you put out.
You know what I always say whenever somebody, and I got a lot of family, like I will put it out there. My brothers, my mother, my family, they call on me for things. And reason why, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've came to realization I need to just listen. And that's what I don't even talk. I just listen.
Yeah.
I just sit there and I put the phone on speaker and I just let them go.
But guess what?
And they like, hold on. And what that have happened is that has been very therapeutic for them. It's almost like you go to a therapist and you just sit there, you just sit on the couch and you just let it just go in.
So,
but
that being
they
said,
need
right?
that. And listen, hold on. They need that because if they don't, what they would do, all that, you know, you got implosive people and you got explosive people. You got implosive, explosive. When somebody come to you, you got that explosive person that you, like you said, where they see, it's almost like the beating where they see it, everybody sees it. I'm explosive. I'm like, rah, rah, rah. People think that about me. I'm explosive. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going in. Blah, 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 blah. That implosive person is that person that just keeps everything in. Keeps everything in. And then as soon as that one thing, there it is. As soon as they get to that point, they explode and they do stuff. And that's the ones that burn the house down, kill them kids, kill you, kill everybody. So you have to let them.
Every time.
So you, I mean, not going to that extreme, but so you have to let them get it out. Let them release. Let them get it out, because if they hold it in, it could something else bad.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be like a side note. Like, so if I call bros, right? I'm like, hey, bros, are you busy? I need to talk to you. What I'm about to say to you, you know what I'm saying? It's just me venting. You know what I mean? I just need to get it out. Versus you just talking, and then you expect somebody to be like, okay, are you venting, or do you? What you get what I'm?
No, then you ask them. No.
See what I'm saying?
And that's what you ask.
No, but listen,
that's the question you say. You want? You know what I say with my mom? I say, you want feedback?
Well, listen.
And if they don't, they don't.
But that's cool. But guess what, though? When you're just doing what you said, you're just listening. What's the next question? Did you hear what I said? Are you listening? Hello? Are you there? Oh, yeah, I was just listening.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just listening. That's all you say.
But listen, go ahead.
So Moore says sometimes that's all people want is someone that will just listen.
Just listen.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that it should be some type of notation to let you know that that's what they want? Because sometimes you may get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know this. I ain't gonna lie to you. Certain people I know that if I call you, I expect something out of you, because just who you are. That's just the type of friends I have around me. So I'm not gonna sit there and be like just talking to you, B, and let you just listen to me vent. I can do that by myself. I don't. You see what I'm saying? If I know you're gonna give me advice, I'm calling you because of that. If I call you for something, and this is just me. This is my personal opinion, not for everybody. If I'm going through something personal, I either take it in prayer or I just deal with it. But if it's something that I need an answer on this, I'm calling you because I know you're going to give me sound advice, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I don't expect you to be like just listening, because at the end of the day, it's like you could tell me something that I was already thinking, right? And I do this with B all the time. Even with y'all, I do this with B all the time too. I'll call, and I may be thinking about buying a certain microphone, and he'll be like, oh yeah, I was looking at that already. I think you should get it. Oh, thank you. That's perfect. That's all. I just needed to hear.
But see, that situation, okay, for example.
So David says solo, just listen, and then answer, they would like your advice.
Exactly. That's it. Just say you want feedback. But I will give you this. Okay, you said they already know what to do, right?
Yeah.
I would check it out. If a woman's getting beat and she's calling you and she's saying, oh, I'm going through this, don't you know, realistically, she already know easy just to leave them.
So listen.
She already know that.
Listen to this.
Go ahead.
That's a tough one.
Go ahead, bros. Yeah. Go ahead. You ain't been talking. Say something. Say something.
I'm trying to fix the stuff of it now. So Talent Speaks for Me said, I've been stabbed before by my ex. Until this day, my family thinks a glass fell, exploded, and cut me, because to them, I'm the strong one. I can't have vulnerable moments with them. That's tough.
Yeah. But you know what, though?
Sorry you had to go through that.
But you know what, though? At the end of the day, that speaks volume for her character at the same time, too, because it's like
she could have put him on Front Street and had the whole family.
On Front Street. And you know what? Those are the and at the end of the day, is like, do we applaud her for that, or do we applaud the ones that put somebody on Front Street when they're in a relationship, when they chose to be with that person? You know what I'm saying?
That's hard, though.
And that's the thing that gets me, is because it's like this. That's just like the same thing. Like I always put this to parallel when it comes to jail. You know, it may sound crazy, but if I go to jail and I get locked up, I don't expect nobody to bail me out. I don't expect nobody to put no money in my books. No, let me do my time.
The hell? She better put money on my damn book. I didn't pay the bills in the house. I didn't do it. I just stuck by you.
But what I'm saying is,
my God, put money on my damn book.
myself in
I
that
need some
situation.
Fruit Loops. I need
You
some
see what I'm saying?
Pepsi.
I put myself in that situation, so I don't expect nobody. So what I'm
Wait a
saying
minute.
is that
So you don't expect your wife to hold you down while you in jail?
No, what I'm saying is that I don't expect them to like do the crime or like, you know what I mean? Like if I didn't, this is what I'm saying. I'll give you prime example. Like I'll bring it back to the perspective.
We going all off topic.
No. I'm gonna bring it back into the relationship thing because this is what I want to say. Like, say for instance, I'm with somebody that's abusive, right? This is a choice that I made. It's nobody else's fault. It's really nobody else's problem but mine, right? So at the end of the day, if I'm calling you, it's basically you're volunteering your time for me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not obligated to talk to me. You're not obligated to tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have to make the choice whether I want to get out or not, right? So what I'm saying is that I choose not to, like, I'm kind of like a talent speaks for me. I don't want to tell nobody my stuff because at the end of the day, it's not their business. And number two, you know what I mean? What happened in our household happened in our household. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I disagree. I disagree in a way.
Yeah, because like what if and I don't know the intricacies of that relationship,
yeah.
right? But what if, not this particular, but hypothetically, if there was a similar situation, what if it was a person that implode to explode, right? In that type of situation, right? Like you wouldn't want to tell your family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody, of course, maybe you tell the authorities. Somebody
they can kill you, and then all of a sudden I'm like, well, when did this happen? Oh no, she ain't said nothing to nobody.
So this is the thing.
Like
again.
there was no abuse. If there was no abuse prior to, right?
Yeah.
Like if that just happened, like that was the first time this person showed any kind of aggression. You know what I'm saying? And just went off the ledge.
Would want to. Okay, so say for instance that was like if I knew at the time that happened to Tyler, right? Mm-hmm. And she told me that situation. Mm-hmm. First of all, don't tell me because
you don't get the strap.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but see, at the end of the day, it's one of those things like if I get the strap, are you going to still be with him after I get the strap?
Right.
Because there's no point in me intervening, getting myself in trouble if you're not going to leave. So that's why I stay out of it.
No, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
That part is right.
So
that's true.
If you're in a position where she's like, hey, Solo, like, yo, I'm trying to leave him. He won't let me leave. All right, let's go. We're going to go over there right now. You got your stuff. We getting up out of here. But if I do all that, you like, you know what? He said he loved me and I'm not. Don't call me. I mean, you know what?
But I say that to my daughters. I'm telling you, I don't get involved when it comes to marriages. I tell you right now, because it's verbal abuse too. It's a lot of verbal abuse. And I've always said, if as long as he don't put his hands, but you're right. It's the same. I agree. If they trying to get out and they like, oh, did it, and they scared, and of course you're going to react. Yeah. But I feel like you have to say something to somebody, because if not, then something drastically can happen to you and nobody knows nothing.
Some comments.
You feel what I'm saying? That's why that's gonna be tough. If nobody know nothing, then something bad worse can happen. And nobody knows.
That's what I will say though.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to the comments right after you.
I was gonna say this. What I was gonna say. People know when people have discernment to know if this person is off. I don't care how good he's looking, he's smiling. Something is off with their sister or their brother, and you can always feel it. Mm-hmm. So no matter if they don't say something, you be like, I don't trust my gut with this one.
But see, then I don't know. But go ahead. What's the comment?
It's somebody's. So Talent speaks for me. She said in her situation, she did share it, just not with family.
Yeah, you gotta share it, man.
And then she said, this is why a lot of people don't share things like this with people, because me personally, I don't want to make my problem your problem. I think that was in kind of response to what I said.
It's not your issue. It's not your problem.
Hold on, scroll down. More 2115 said, I strongly believe that people that are in abusive relationships, deep down, they want a way out and may be scared or ashamed. No one wants to be hurt on purpose.
That's facts.
And then JB Dar said, getting out of abusive relationships are not easy. That doesn't make the person less human. They still need someone they can confide in.
True. Yeah.
All true.
So look.
That's why it just depends on the person.
So let me ask you this. I want to ask the ladies this. If you're in that situation, right, and you're the one that's outside, and the friend's in that situation, she's constantly calling you and asking you and talking to you and venting. how do you take that after an amount of time? Do you want to see change, or do you just let them continue venting as long as they stay in it until they, whatever happens? You see what I'm saying? Or like, what do you do?
I mean, I'll go ahead and say this, that it's nothing you really can do. You know what I'm saying?
Except for be there.
You can continue.
Be there for him.
Yeah.
Support.
I would say this. I have a cousin, right? And thank God that he's doing awesome now. But he got into this relationship, and in the beginning, I knew it was going to go downhill because I knew the person he was going to be with. And you can kind of tell, like, some people just don't need to be together. But, you can't tell nobody that when they in love and they happy and stuff. You see things, but then you don't want to offend nobody. Well, how you tell me? You know what I mean? So you just like, let it be. But then when you see stuff happening and happening and happening and happening and happening over and over again, and then you hear it, and then this is what I had to do. I had to really cut myself off from it, because I feel like at times it was just on deaf ears at times. You know what I'm saying? Certain things as you see. And it can be toxic for yourself.
I was about to say that.
It can be
too much for you.
Just
it could be too much for you because your emotions on your sleeve that you like, and they keep telling you like, man, like you it's stressing toxic. Me out, man. So you making me worry about this stuff.
The result that happened afterwards wasn't good. Thank God that he was able to get out of it, but the ending of it was worse than what I saw. So it's like, but I had to break away from him, and then when he finally came back, I let him talk. You know what I'm saying? I let him just like get it out, because I didn't want to be the person to say like, I hate to tell you so. I hate to, I didn't want to be that. Like, I told you this. You know what I'm saying? Just let him talk. You know what I'm saying? And I just like saying like, I'm glad you out of it. I hope you learned something. You know what I'm saying, from the situation, and that you don't go back to something like this again. But I feel like sometimes we have to let the people just do what they got to do, even if you listening, because you don't realize I love people and I love hard. So it's like, that's why I say don't tell me nothing, because there is no middleman for me. It's either I'm going to do something or I'm not. I can't be in the middle like just constantly listening.
You know what? 24/7. And I hear you, because that it takes time and it takes patience. Working in a prison setting, it taught me to be patient, because not even with the men. I'm talking about juvenile prison, and people don't realize they got juvenile prisons in these states. So working in a juvenile prison where you got these kids that committed murders, but then you see what environment they come from. I had to learn to be patient, to really be open to hear what they was going through. It's almost like, okay, I have my morals and values. It's like I give the balloon setting. I have my morals and values in a balloon, right? And I got all my perceptions and everything I believe in on these balloons. But then I have to move these balloons to the side. Not saying I'm letting them go, and not saying I'm not releasing none of my balloons or my beliefs, but I need to open them up so I can hear what they got going on and what their perception is, because they live a whole total different life than I live, or they live coming from a whole different environment than I came through. So it taught me to be patient, to be like, okay, let me hear what you're going through. Okay. All right. Are you open for feedback or no? Okay. Well, all right. You get what I'm saying? And that's just what happens.
No doubt. I'm gonna get to these last two joints, and we got two things we want to hit before we close out today, fellas. Amor 215. I recently dealt with verbal abuse, and thanks to my amazing support system family, I was able to move forward. JB said I was on both sides. I absolutely want to see change, but I'm always there for them like they were there for me. Yeah,
that's a big one, man.
That's a heavy topic, man.
It is
a heavy topic.
It's tough, man.
I want to get into this next article, and then I want to close out with something a little fun. I think everybody will like the last thing, but this one article, just to get everybody's piece. Unless y'all just want to go straight to the fun part.
No. You know what I'm saying? You narrating this thing.
Y'all get the narrator.
Listen, it better be better than this one.
I mean, it's actually pretty interesting. I want to hear these thoughts on this. This is by Abby Joseph off of the news app. It says, woman cared for husband while he battled cancer and went to law school, but after he passed the bar exam, he left her.
Hold on, say that again?
It says, woman cared for husband while he battled cancer and went to law school. But after he passed the bar exam, he left her. So let me go ahead and read.
This is after
You got to say
cancer?
why. They ain't know why. Just
Let me.
All right, go ahead.
Does he still have cancer after he passed the bar?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
So caring for another
Sounds like he
person
didn't.
is a tough job that often requires mental, physical, and emotional energy from the carer. When you are a caregiver, you put the needs of the people you care for ahead of your own priorities. This may be a very unselfish deed, but it also has the potential to be quite taxing. And as you're about to read, when the person you care for emerges improved, they may end up leaving you. According to Alice Gibbs of Newsweek, the topic of the pros and cons of caregiving was recently brought to light in an online post from last month in which a woman expressed her anguish after receiving the news that her husband, whom she had cared for when he was unwell and aided through law school, was going to leave her for someone else. He moved out the next day. The author of the post is a 29-year-old woman, and she shared this disheartening news that her husband of 5 years had recently informed her that he had made the decision to leave her for someone else. The way things essentially played out was that he passed his bar exam to become a lawyer, and then the very next day he delivered the news to her that he was abandoning her. She writes, he moved out the next day. According to the author, prior to her husband enrolling in law school, she provided care and support for him while he dealt with treatments for his obesity and thyroid cancer. Fast forward to the present day. In light of the shocking announcement that her husband made, she has already engaged in the services of an attorney of her own to advise her on the situation at hand. She explained, the divorce will be simple. We don't own any property, don't have any kids, don't have any debt, and the only other thing is the bank account, which has a couple of $1,000s.
That's a blessing.
Nevertheless, there is a significant problem that is looming over her head. That is to say, during the period that her husband was battling obesity and cancer, as well as attending school and preparing for the bar exam, she maintained a full-time job. In other words, the implication is that her husband was not providing any financial support. She writes, now he is a lawyer, though his job doesn't start until next year, so my lawyer says I might get something because of that.
Alimony.
But the facts and documentation have to be reviewed before we know more.
Can I? Hello.
do you think?
Is this on?
Yeah.
Is this on? Let me say this first of all. Let that Negro, whatever he is, go. Okay.
I got some other questions.
He was a headache off the break. He was a headache. I mean, think about it like this. Whatever he's dealing with, right? You ain't gotta deal with that no more. You ain't gotta deal with the cancer, the thyroid.
Yeah, that's easier said than done. Yeah, that's easier said than done, man.
I get it. I get that piece.
He likely
You know
gets
what I'm saying?
stabbed.
Yeah, I kill that nigga.
I'm just
He gotta
saying,
die.
I get it, but what I'm saying, like, your headache is gone.
No, that's not. No,
It's not,
that's
bro.
not
Because
a,
at the end of the day, like, eventually, it will go, right?
Yeah.
Over time, depending
exactly.
on the type of person you are. But like, listening to the story, she cared for this person. He was during cancer and during obesity.
I'm saying he's the headache.
Yeah, but
He's
it's
that
not,
wasn't
it's
a
not something
headache.
that you just get over, bro.
You
Over time, you caring for this person.
You got to look at it like this, bro. She was there for this dude.
Yeah.
While he was going through treatment.
Let that sucker go.
He's going through treatments.
go.
He's going through all this stuff. She cared for him and loved him. You know, like.
And you know that stuff can come back, right?
You're loving.
You know anything like that can come back.
But listen.
Go ahead. And I got a question for her.
She loved him unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much on your damn near your deathbed. We all know what cancer.
Why we can't have guns? Yeah, I'll shoot her.
So she did all that, and then he turned around and left her.
Yeah.
Like, what was he doing the whole time he was going through his treatments? What was the whole time he was?
That nigga gotta die.
I got a few questions.
Whoever said I'm cold, listen. If I'm cold for saying let that man
No,
go.
because it's not that.
Tell speak for me. Said the head may
personalized.
be gone, but the heart is still broken.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's personalize it, though.
I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about her, like, you know what I'm saying, her pain. I get that piece. But in reality, that headache that she was dealing with of him, all the stuff that she had to endure as a person, she ain't got to worry about that no more.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
you say
which one weighs more at the time of the of the event, right? Does it weigh more that should she feel better that the headache is gone, or is it going to weigh more that she spent all this time?
Can I say this?
Taking care of the person.
Let a millionaire come the next day. Let somebody find with money in the car. Her heart will be. You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
It don't work like that.
No millionaire.
It don't work like that.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
So,
man.
like you said, like, oh man,
Y'all crazy. Let somebody better come along.
Nah, it don't work
let
like
somebody
that.
what I was
better
gonna
come
say
along.
was
It's a wrap.
you said a headache. Like, a headache is he don't wash his tail, he don't clean, he don't pick up the drawers, he don't clean the house up, he don't change the oil oil. He don't go put gas in the car. That's a headache. Somebody who don't do nothing for you. So
did she? What did she say? What did she say in there? What did she say in there that he did?
Well, he was sick.
I'll wait.
Solo,
What
he
do you
was
mean?
sick.
You mean like to her?
Yeah, no. What did he do for her? All you heard was he went and he got the bar. He sounds selfish.
Well,
No, they're not writing a book. They're not writing a book.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened prior to his.
Solo. No, listen, Solo.
I ain't gonna lie.
In all retrospect, she built him up.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
I'm not knocking her.
She built him up
I'm not
for
knocking her
somebody
at all.
else. She built him up for somebody. It's almost like you built a business for somebody else to own.
Okay, so guess what?
And that's what the hurt part is.
And guess what? You reap what you sow.
No, you saying that, but she's hurting.
No. She's hurting. No, she's hurting. No, we get that piece. But at the end of the day, she's better off without him.
No, I hear what you're saying.
So listen, Talsi said right. It said he left her for someone else who he was sleeping with while he was ill. Like, when did he have time? Said my heart will be so hurt. JB, they say you're overthinking it, Solo. Talsi said it doesn't have to
Be transactional.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, the woman that he had was awesome. He ain't gonna find it again. She's better off without him.
But you
Okay,
just
let's
easy to say that.
Let's personalize it though. Solo. Put yourself in this situation, in her situation,
Okay.
right? You with your woman, right?
Yes.
Y'all together.
Don't personalize me, because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Solo's saying. So don't say. Let's go.
For real, you are in love with this person, and you're not gonna stick with someone and go through all of that if you're not in love with that person. Right?
Exactly.
I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about y'all just. Y'all just got together, and you know what I'm saying. They were married. You know what I'm saying. So you have to be in love with someone in order to kind of go through those things.
Yes,
and
you have to be in love.
So put yourself.
We can't put that on. It's copyright.
Put yourself in her situation.
30 seconds of it.
I ain't fuck that, man.
You hear what bro's telling you?
Listen,
I heard
Negro.
him. I heard him. He
Put
messed up the whole thing.
yourself in her situation, right?
I just did.
If you are in love with this woman, y'all go through y'all stuff. She gets cancer, then she gets better, passes the bar, and then she up and leaves you for another dude. Just out of nowhere, bro.
Would kill her.
You
Unless
telling me that she's not gonna be? You telling me that she's not gonna be hurt about that situation?
She gotta die.
Let me say this.
I'll poison her. She gonna get pills in her
I'm the
sleep.
type of person, I gotta say this because I gotta be confident. This is not no arrogancy. This is confidence. Okay. This is confidence now. Okay. This is confidence. So
go ahead.
Let me say this.
Go ahead, say this.
If you leave, you leave. No, listen. If you leave, If you leave, you leave. I am upgrading. Understand that. Solo don't downgrade. I am upgrading.
Did it say how long they was together?
5 years.
5 years.
Definitely upgrading. 5 years. Now, if you said 20 plus, whatever, 5 years, man, come on now. People, 5 years? Are you serious? Play it up. Turn it up.
Nah.
So why
You hear this song?
Let me tell you.
Let's play this song.
If you feel that way, then you really wasn't in love with that person.
Exactly. There you go.
Really wasn't in love with that person.
Yep,
If it could just be you upgrading. Nah.
Because I got bills to pay. I'm going to the next one.
You paid all. Listen. Let me tell you. Hold on. You paid all her bills. You paid all her bills while she had cancer. You paid all her bills. You did everything you can, and she leaves you for another woman. And y'all know, if I'm saying it, you know it. I'm chilling. She gotta die. Yeah, she gotta die, bro. She gotta die. I'm telling you right now, she's dying. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to what I'm saying. You do that to me, you're dying. Ladies, I will call a prison.
Don't have to die.
I need my pillows to be nice and fluffy. I need my meals to be in my cell.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm killing you right off the break.
Is it gonna hurt? Heck yeah, it's gonna hurt. But I will say that. No, hold on. Yeah, is it gonna hurt? No, because he said. No, is it gonna hurt? Yes, it's gonna hurt. But you gonna see me at the end. You gonna see me shine. You're not gonna make me look like boo-boo the fool. Definitely not doing that.
So Talsi said that's true. She is better off without him. He may later realize it and want her back, but it's not easy for her to walk away. Disclaimer before the foolery. JB just says that easy, Solo. And
it ain't that easy.
It's not that grave.
No, it's
the
not
grave.
It's not
They're
that easy.
dying.
It's
I'm not
that
playing.
It's not that easy. But this is what I will expect, though.
Don't waste my time, y'all. If you, that's like you was doing doing that just for me to take care of you while you had your funky cancer, while I was dealing with all working but my butt off through your funky passing the bar. I'm telling you right now, when you do that's playing a dangerous game, and you got to. I don't care if they get killed, they deserved it, because that is playing a dangerous game. You don't play with people like that.
To be honest with you, she sound like a bomb person, and she need to find somebody to match her.
Yeah, bro, but that's not what we're talking about. It just happened, right?
Yeah, heck no, man.
He had cancer. He had cancer, and he was obese. So he beat cancer, and I'm assuming he got.
What she trying to say?
If I was young,
she was trying to say he was ugly when she's.
Now that I'm 40, I'm killing everybody.
I sent you hoagies every night.
I'm gonna burn.
If I said she was a blessing to him during his tragedy, and she would be blessed someday.
Exactly.
You daggone right, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna burn the kids. I'm gonna kill the kids. I'm gonna burn the house down. I'm gonna shoot the dog, and I'm gonna shoot myself.
Man, she was better.
All this craziness is going on in the world.
Listen, she sounds like an amazing woman, and there need to be more women like that. Honestly, I ain't trying to be funny. If she can build a man up, that's amazing.
But believe it or not, the women are like that today. Let's keep it real.
Not all of them,
man.
Hello.
The women are like that these days. What?
Not all
Black
women.
Statistics have shown. Let's keep it real.
Not all, but yes.
No, statistics have shown. Yeah, you already know. I got the statistics. Statistics have shown black women are killing it these days. It's us Negroes that need to step up. Let's keep it real.
I just said something. I ain't say all. I know.
I know that. I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
Because you're saying that they are killing it though.
No,
it's us that we need to get our stuff together.
And I 100% agree with the black women, because there's no men around to help raise the men. I mean, the kids. So
you get it. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that she needs to find somebody to make her look good. You feel what I'm saying? She shouldn't always be making that man look good. That's what
true.
I'm saying.
But that's true. But we don't know the dynamic of everything that was going on.
He was obese with cancer.
I know, right?
This is what I'm saying, though.
Look, you coming outside today, baby? Not today. Not today. I'm not coming outside.
But look, for real though. But in all seriousness, that's the thing though. That's why we're saying what we're saying, because she loved him. She didn't think that was the last thing that would ever cross her mind, that he would beat cancer, pass the bar, not be obese anymore, probably.
She probably didn't think he was gonna live past cancer.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was
So I mean, how was he doing it though? Was he like?
Probably when he was going, he had to go study. He probably chemo. Yeah. Probably with a nurse or something. Probably with a nurse.
He started feeling himself when he started losing that weight.
That's exactly what happened. Then when he passed the bar, somebody came to him, and then when he passed the bar, he was like,
he probably didn't even share the information that he was getting better.
He probably broke up with her over a text.
This is the sad thing.
I'm not coming home anymore.
You know what's sad though? he about to lose so many cases because of this article. Oh, you were the one that left? Next, please.
Pay alimony.
Yeah,
he gonna pay.
That's what I was gonna say too. At the very least, he should definitely have to pay alimony on his new bar passing job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's get one thing straight.
He better not be.
I really feel like he's not gonna have to pay anything.
What they say, Calvin got it.
He's not gonna have to pay anything.
You don't think so?
He's not.
Why not?
Because he didn't have all that when they divorced. He didn't have any of that. If she chooses to take if she chose, he can go get alimony. No, I'm dead serious.
That's facts. Wow.
He can go get alimony. He can go get alimony
because he didn't have
because
money.
He didn't have no job.
If he had money,
exactly.
If he had money,
she can't get. She's not. Now I don't know what that. I think she's gonna try though. She can try. She can try to say, "Oh, I was there when he had da 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 da." But let's keep it real. If he can't work, he was getting a paycheck.
But you know what?
He was getting disability.
How that saying go? Something like hell is the path where the woman's going, or something like that.
Oh, the hell has no path as a woman's going.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna definitely.
She's gonna get something.
That's why he gotta die.
Hold on.
She got poisonous food or something. You gotta get coronavirus or something. You gotta give him something.
Listen, from the way his life is going, I don't know if I want anything from you. The way your life is going.
Tyler speaks for me. Said she probably did all his assignments for him and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look what
she did.
She getting pain and suffering. That's what she gonna get. Just like JB Boss said.
If she did
gonna pain and suffering. She ain't gonna get nothing.
If she did pass pass the bar from. She know every law in there.
There you go.
It's gonna give him something.
And she gonna figure something. Oh no, he gotta get coronavirus or something. Give him something. Stick him with something. Something.
All right,
he gotta get it something.
We 8 minutes to the hour. What's
Okay,
that? What was
let's
that
go.
last?
What's the last
what was
one?
that
He gotta
last
get
jump?
something.
So the last topic is something, you know what I'm saying?
7
Hopefully everybody
minutes,
can
so.
join in 7 minutes. So we might run a little bit over. You know, we started a little late, but we'll get it. We'll see how long this go. Fellas, we had a debate last week about, you know, bro seemed to think Viola Davis was the best actress out there. Who do you guys think the best actor? Male actor.
Hold up. Are we talking about like over time or are we talking about right now?
I
different.
I didn't. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't know which way to go with this. I would
have
say
a few of them.
I would say you can go all time if you want. If that's what you want to do.
I can't.
All time or right now?
I can't do all time. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I want to do all time. I mean,
'Cause
I say
we can't do all the time because it's too many.
Look, we already know Denzel is at the top. We know that
Is he?
Denzel is at the top.
So let's do a versus with actors. Would you put Denzel against Will Smith?
No.
Yes.
Heck
No.
Sorry.
Why
Will
not?
Smith has hits.
Are you
Will
kidding
Smith
me?
got
sorry.
hits, yeah,
Will Smith
but
has hits.
I mean, what are we saying to
No.
put him against though?
No, you know who you got to do it with? Which this is going to
But
sound crazy.
You got Samuel L. Jackson.
I was going to say Samuel L. Jackson because he got a lot of movies. Now that's one I would put it to.
I would rather watch
Oh, yeah.
Samuel than
Yeah,
but
I think that's a better. That's a better.
That's a better one. But I'd rather watch Samuel than
He
Denzel.
said Ghost, a.k.a. James St. Patrick.
Yeah, right. I would rather see Samuel. I'm sorry.
You got Morgan Freeman.
I still would rather see Samuel.
Morgan Freeman would have to go with I just had him in my head too.
He had a lot of movies.
What about
but he
Adam
wasn't-
Sandler?
Heck no.
No.
Adam Sandler
Adam
compared to
Sandler's
who?
got a lot of movies.
He do got a lot of
But
movies.
that don't make that don't make him quality.
He's in the lowest.
Nah, Adam Sandler was. I think he had a lot of good ones. He had some
No.
good
Okay,
ones.
so if
He had some good ones.
if we're going if I had a category, it would be between Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Hold on, let me finish.
Well,
Leonardo,
hey man, you
let
better
me finish.
Leo be
is a
doing them.
beast.
He
Let
be
me
acting,
finish.
bro.
And Django, that's the only one he did good in is in Django.
No, he got a lot. Let me finish. Leonardo DiCaprio. It would be Tom Cruise, and then it'd be Brad Pitt. Those are the ones that I
Yo,
would put
where
in the
is
category.
Tom Hanks?
Wait a minute. Are you
Tom
talking
Hanks
about
is
a
one
white
of the
boys?
best
Or you
actors.
talking about of actors? Period.
They're just
Actors.
Period.
actors.
Oh,
We didn't
we didn't
separate
I know.
things.
Damn right I brung race.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah,
Your dad gonna right I brung race into it because that mattered. Okay.
I just said those three. I just said those three. I didn't bring color.
And now that I'm thinking about it, when you go back to the female actors, what about Holly Berry? You were saying Viola Davis. Holly Berry got a catalog
Man,
too.
look.
But we on the men, so I'm
Look,
sorry.
bro. Just because she's been in a lot of movies, again, don't make them quality movies. Don't make her.
Yeah, how Stella got a groove back,
quality
everything.
actor.
What?
Come on, bro. Look, man.
So back to the guys.
All right, back to the dude.
Amore
Because he
2115 said Liam Neeson. He's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't put him up there in the top category of
Yeah, but he said some racist stuff not too long ago. So
Ooh,
Liam Neeson.
I just said, are we doing white dudes or black dudes? What are we doing? Black actors or white
They
actors?
don't. It's actors.
I put the
It's
white guys in the
actors.
category
It's
because I
to
think
each his own. Yeah, it's a question directly. So if you
Because
know white actors
the
aren't
roles are different. Come on, man. That's like saying going to like an African movie compared to a. I mean, it's different.
No, I mean-
the roles are different.
But that's up to you to compare. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not
Are we
putting-
doing?
We're not
Are we
putting
doing
stipulations.
overall actors, or are we doing white or black?
So Ray Official
Okay.
said Sam is number 1 on the list.
There you go.
And then
Sam is
Johnny
mine.
Depp is number 2.
Sam is mine. I'm sorry. Sam
Okay,
is mine.
so see, I would put Johnny Depp in there with the Brad Pitts, the Tom Cruises, and the Leonardos. That's that category for me right there.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm going to do,
If you just go black actors, okay, let's just talk. I'll call a spade a spade. Top 3
He
or
said,
5
call a
black.
spade a spade.
okay, if we're going to do that, then you got to do
Why
Sam.
are we segregating?
Call a spade a spade.
Right, okay, so look, if we're gonna do black actors, right? You got to put Samuel L. Jackson in there. You got to put Denzel Washington in there, right? You got to put those in there. You got to put Morgan Freeman in there. You got to put him up there because
Put the club soda on that.
yeah, you got to put him up there. You know what I'm saying? Let's give me another one. Give me another.
Okay. What about the now actors, like the actors that are in this generation right now, like that have like you talking about? Let's say the
One died. One died.
Idris Elba, Let's say even we could say Kevin Hart done a lot of movies.
Michael B. Jordan, or
whoever. Like I don't see him as that. I'm sorry, he's not on my list. I'm sorry, he's not even.
Just saying, he's
close on my list.
He says Dwayne Johnson has a wide range of roles. I will pick him because of how he performs to each role. JB that said Chadwick Boseman.
I agree.
Chadwick, yeah, he has some good ones. What's my man name that did the slave movie?
Nat Turner. 12 years of slavery.
The Nat Turner joint. What's my man name?
Nat Turner.
Yeah, he got a couple movies. I know you're talking about.
What's his name? Hold on, I'm about to find him.
Are we still doing black?
This guy right here. He did Birth of a Nation.
Say whatever you want, bro. I'm
gonna tell you who one of my favorites, man.
Harrison Ford's a good actor.
Nate Parker.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. I like watching this movie.
I just want everybody to hear that. Nate Parker.
Okay,
that did Birth of a Nation. He's a great actor.
Okay, so my top ones too would have to be in there. I have to say this.
Yeah.
My top two have to be in there is Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. They gotta be up in there with me.
Yeah,
their movies are fire. You know?
Talent.
Oh wow.
Talent speaks from you. Said Idris. Yeah, I would give it to Idris too.
Ray Official said Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes, I forgot about Lawrence Fishburne.
Wow, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I forgot about Lawrence, man.
He been in a lot of movies, bro.
Nah, he been a beast.
Yeah, that was good.
What about Eddie? What about Eddie? Y'all want to put Eddie up there?
Okay,
Murphy?
Hell yeah, I put Eddie.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Eddie got what? Harlem Nights is my favorite movie. Harlem Nights.
You got Martin.
Martin. Harlem Nights is my favorite movie, Joe. I
see, if we gonna do that, then you gotta put Martin with Eddie Murphy because he got just about as much movie.
No, he don't.
Martin has a lot of movies.
Not like Eddie. Eddie's in a class of his own, bro.
Yeah.
Eddie's in a class of his own. I will give Eddie a class of his own.
But you gotta understand this though.
He then went from kids to adults.
Seen the movie he did with the words where he only had so many words he was saying that fell off the tree.
Nah, but why you think he wanted to be in the movie? Because it's Eddie.
Yeah, that's probably.
Eddie then did this from stand up to he didn't cross over to the white folks. He didn't got the black folks. He didn't got the kids.
I think that's Martin too though.
Not like Eddie though. Not like Eddie. Eddie been everywhere, man. That dude has been everywhere.
I would say the only thing that he got him beat on. That he got Martin.
Who beat? Okay.
The only thing that Eddie got Martin beat on.
1,000 words.
1,000 words the bomb.
I can't even say that because Martin did do something. But I was gonna say the 3D movies, like the kid movie, animated. But he did do something. He did open season.
But he only did open season. He only did open season because Mike wasn't trying to do open season. That's the only reason why
he ended up doing it.
Yeah.
Murphy was a Dream Girl.
Eddie did some stuff, young.
Eddie, he had me dying in Shrek.
He's funny. Eddie's in a whole class of his own. Now he haven't done as much stand up as Eddie's in a class of his own. To me, like with the clumps and all that, he's in a whole world. He the one started all that doing transition. Well, no, I'm lying. And Living Color and all. But he the one kind of like brung that to the movie, far as being different roles.
Who did start that?
They got it from him, huh?
Who started the multiple characters playing multiple characters?
It was this black dude who became I can't think of this movie.
Yeah.
So Ray Official said James Earl Jones. He also said Jeffrey Wright is one of the most slept-on actors. And then Talent Speaks of Me said Jamie Foxx. You got to throw the Fox in there. Fox is a good actor, bro.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. Fox is one of my greatest dudes. Yeah, he's one of my best dudes. I think he's talent-wise.
Yeah, he's the most talented
that I've ever seen when it comes to acting, singing,
music, TV
everything.
I don't know if I would say 100% most talented because there are some other ones, and I'll throw this name out there. There are some other ones that's doing some Jamie related stuff, and that's what's my man that does Atlanta?
You know what's crazy?
Not more than Jamie Foxx,
bro. Hold on, bro.
He like, hold on.
What's my man that does Atlanta? Donald Glover.
Okay.
Nah,
and he does, bro.
He's not on Jamie Foxx.
He's not on Jamie Foxx level.
I mean, I think
he's not on his
doing
level.
The 3. He's done music.
Yeah, he's done it. But I'm talking about when it comes from Jamie.
Never had his own TV show.
He can't do like
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
He's directing his own TV. He's got Atlanta.
Starring in it.
Listen,
Jamie Foxx wrote and starred in his own TV show.
In Living Color. In Living Color. In Living Color.
He didn't write that.
Okay, but he's been in A Living Color. He have his own stand-up comedian, his own stand-up live on Netflix. He had his own television show. He had movies. He's been the star actor in plenty of movies.
Keep going.
Jamie have been
And he's got a catalog of songs.
Okay, I will give you. Okay, let's say this.
And he's the
okay,
MGM commercial.
Okay, let's say yes. Let's say this. Okay, this is how we can prove this. This is how we can prove this right now.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
If Jamie Foxx had did a show, and then Danny Glover did a show, who would sell out?
Say it again.
It depends, bro.
People?
Jamie Foxx did a show.
It depends.
And then Danny Glover, Childish Gambino,
and Donald Glover. Childish Gambino is his
Donald
music
Glover.
name.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Did a show. Who would sell out?
Jamie Foxx.
No,
Foxx.
you can't say that, bro.
Yes, he would.
This Bama has his own TV series
Listen.
that he writes.
Can I say
and
this?
acts
Answer
in.
the question,
Can I
bro.
say
Which
this?
one?
Can I say this?
Yes,
If
he had
Can
a
I say
show.
this? Can I say this?
MGM.
Now that I know who you're talking about, they both will sell out.
No, you can't. You
I'ma
can't say that.
No,
Nah,
I'm
you
gonna
can't say
I'ma
that.
tell
Who
you
would
why.
sell? I'm telling
I'm
you.
gonna tell you why I say they both would sell out. Because Danny Glover relates to the younger generation, so he would have more of a younger crowd there.
Jamie Foxx had all around crowd.
No, I'm talking about in everything. It could be everything because you know what I'm saying. He's younger than Jamie. You know what I'm
Thomas
saying?
said Jamie Foxx will sell out all day.
Exactly. He will sell out every single show. By himself, he will sell out.
Now,
Jamie just
now,
said,
I don't
away from him.
Hey, look,
Now,
check
got
this.
more than
No,
that,
check
though.
this though.
The nigga
Jamie
nice.
can go. Jamie can say,
he's
okay,
funny. He's
no,
very
check
funny.
this out. Jamie can say, I'm doing a comedy show and he will sell out. And Jamie can say, I'm doing a singing show and he will sell out.
Exactly.
He will sell
I
out.
will say this though, he do got him beat with the singing.
He
side,
will
though.
sell out.
Yeah,
He will sell out.
Jamie will sell
But
out.
this is no, hold on, because now we. First of all, let me say this, just in case he see this. Look, and I don't like saying this because biblically, like you shouldn't idolize anybody, but like Jamie Foxx is my dude. Like like coming up, like that's who I wanted to kind of emulate myself after, and doing all those different things, music, acting, and all this other stuff, right? But for me, like I'm saying, I call a spade, bro. Like the stuff
Danny
that
Glover is doing the same thing. Pretty much.
he is, man, but he's doing
pretty
it
much the same
he's
thing.
doing it in a different. He's doing it in a different way in some instances because Jamie's
I don't
not
think
directing.
they like the fact. I don't think he even likes the fact of being. I think he admires, like he likes that. I mean, let me say this. I think he's okay with people saying that he's like Jamie, but he didn't like that. You know what I mean? I think he wants to be different because if you remember when they called him up on the stage and he started dancing, he was just like, "That's cool, but you know what I mean? I just want to do me."
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's different lanes.
He
but
wanted to be different.
Call me biased. Jamie is.
Can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you a question
I
though?
still watch Jamie's
Yes.
shows till
He's
this
that
day.
dude. He's that dude, bro.
Let me ask
He
you
is
this.
that
After
dude.
watching that, right? Because they said they had a lot of roles for Django, right? They had a lot of people trying out. Could y'all see anybody else playing Django besides him? I was trying to figure out who could I see play that role besides him.
Exactly.
It was a different
Who is
movie,
that
man.
nigga?
It was what's my man? What's the producer that did that?
Could y'all see a Denzel Washington playing that character?
I gotta go back and look at it, man.
They attract a different crowd, which is what
They
Bro
do,
said.
yeah.
They
but
attract
at the end of the day, Jamie will sell out either way.
Yeah.
He's going to sell out.
Yeah, because he can hit you from all avenues.
Yeah, he's going to sell out.
They said Jamie was over in like Africa or Europe or something like that, and he was just chilling and just started singing and doing some crazy stuff, and everybody flooded the floor just to watch him.
Yeah.
Just to watch him. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah,
you
he
got that
can't do
kind of
that. He
like,
can't do
if
that.
Childish Gambino go
He can't do that.
overseas or go somewhere to do something,
He can't
people will know
sing.
him, but he not gonna be like
I'm gonna tell you.
Jamie.
I'm gonna tell you the
I mean, it's
difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference.
BC,
No, I will say this. No, I will say this.
Be like, Jake.
No, I will say this. His. I hate to say this, but his live singing is nowhere near the same as Jamie's.
Heck no.
Like Jamie can
Heck no.
sing his tail
He
off
played that
live.
piano. It's over.
me?
When that band
Yeah,
played that
he
He
break,
played the
really
piano.
can't do that.
It's over.
Are you kidding me, bro? He makes his own beats.
Listen,
No.
once Jamie started playing that
He can
piano,
sing. He can sing.
over.
He can rap.
Have you heard him
Bama
sing
said,
live?
Here's a
Yes.
story.
Yes, I have. But that's what I'm saying. But those two don't compare. Those two do not. When you're
That's
talking
what I'm
about
saying.
singing, they
That's-
don't compare.
That's what I'm saying.
But what are we comparing?
He can do it though.
Again,
I
what are
don't
we
say he
comparing?
can't. I agree with you. He can do that. But let's just keep it 100. If he was to sing live,
one of the greatest singers right now clings to Jamie Foxx, and that's Tank.
I know. Look,
So
they
what are you
don't-
talking
But that's
about?
what I'm saying. What are we comparing? Because if you're talking about bodies of work and all this other stuff, yeah,
We ain't even talking about bodies of work. If we talk
Bro.
about bodies of work, it's no comparison.
But oh my God,
there is no comparison.
Okay.
Compare what you want.
Unpredictable. predictable.
was
How
it?
much of that did Jamie Foxx write?
Tank wrote most of it.
My point exactly. So if
So
we
what are you
compare
talking
bodies of
about?
work,
What he wrote?
now you go look
But
at
wait a
Donald
minute.
Glover's music. You go look at Donald Glover's
My
music,
point exactly.
and you tell me who writing his stuff.
Back to you, Trevor.
You tell me who making his beats.
So Ray Official said the only other person who could have played that role is Samuel L. Jackson, but Samuel Jackson was in it. He was
Who is that? On that
I'm gonna tell you this though. I have to be real, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, this is just my personal opinion. My favorite actors in that movie was Leonardo and Samuel L. Jackson. I feel like they
made the movie. They made the movie.
Like
they made the movie. That whole scene, all that was like
Leonardo
they made
and
the
Samuel
movie.
killed that joint.
They
man.
made the movie.
That's why I was
He
like-
said that Sam and Jamie could have swapped roles and that movie still would have been a hit. Yeah, no doubt.
You think
Tyler
Jamie- you
Speaks
think
to Me
Jamie
said,
could have
let me
played
Google
that?
Glover because the passion Mr. Bros has got to do.
Okay, so let me say this.
Look at the
Let me
first
say
side of
this.
Bros.
Let me say this. I did not know who he was as a singer. I knew him as a comedian because he has stand-up comedy before that.
I never heard his first album.
No.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
You talking about?
I mean, I've seen him. I've seen him.
His stand-up
But it's
comedy.
not like
I never seen his stand-up.
No. Listen, some of his stand-up comedy is actually funny.
He's
actually
good.
funny.
He's okay.
He's okay, yeah. But my thing is, when that song came out, I did not put him to that song, and so
Right.
I seen it. I was like,
Right,
what
that's
the
what I'm
world?
saying. And he's got some other joints. He got tracks
got
with
some other
Lloyd.
joints.
I'm not taking
saying
nothing away from him.
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not
nothing
taking
away
it
from
away
him.
from
Very talented.
He's
bro.
very
Give him
good.
all the
I will say
respect
this,
and
But
bro.
when you put him against Jamie, no.
You
I will
can't
say
compare
this.
him.
Yeah.
I will say this, bros. His album is bananas. But I'm gonna tell you who he studied a lot. He studied a lot of Prince. He studied a lot of people because of how he changes his tones and stuff in his music. It's like, yo, you could tell that he learned from a lot of. He has a plethora of people he listened to. So you would say if he cannot say that he did not listen to Jamie. He did listen to Jamie and somewhere in his music because you can tell he's been
He's
inspired.
just different. He's a little different.
He's just different. He's just different. But you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm like I said, man.
But he's dope,
and I
though.
know it don't sound like it because of the
But
debate.
he had some
but
flop
Jamie
stuff.
is my
They ain't
dude.
even like him when he did. I think he was in Star Trek, and it was like he ain't do a good role in that.
But hold on, but let's keep this a
the
bug.
Star
though.
Wars joint.
Oh yeah, the Star
But
Wars.
let's keep this a bug though. Let's keep this a bug though. Jamie Foxx was slept on in the very beginning of his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they just saw him just doing comedy. You know what I mean? His music didn't really take off with T-shirt and my panties on.
Yeah.
All them songs didn't really take off like that. You know what I'm
Until
saying?
Tank started writing.
Until Tank, but
And then
hold
who
on.
else wrote for him?
Let's
Who
go
else
back.
wrote
Let's
for
go
him?
back. No, not even with that one. Is that the one where she wants some Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross? That's not that same CD.
No, because Ye brought that to him.
CD blew up out of nowhere. That's what put him on the map.
Yeah.
That right there. But because before then,
But Tank
nobody
wrote
was
like
listening.
Yeah,
70%.
Kanye brought that song.
Exactly. Nobody was listening to his album until that album came out.
And that's what I'm
threw him
saying.
out.
That's
But
why I'm like, what are we comparing?
But what did that mean? That matter. He
Because
still
I'm
sold.
only
He has
saying that
a
because
phenomenal
you know what I'm saying,
voice,
like,
but that don't. He still sold.
Or is it his entire artistry as a person?
This is what I feel like, and this is just something that I learned even with you, like you being on platforms, right? Mm-hmm. We could apply this to today, right? If we're on TikTok or IG, they're gonna put you in a category. Like some people say, they would advise you not to do both. Like don't be funny and then do music because your crowd is gonna be so
you're gonna be confused.
Yeah, so they always say just choose one. Either if you're gonna sing, make your whole page singing, 'cause, you know what I'm saying, or if you're funny, make it. So I feel like even back then that was his dilemma. Like you know what I'm saying, they put him in a box because he was just very versatile, which he didn't want to be. He wanted to be the actor. He wanted to be the singer. He wanted to be the comedian, which he can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But his crowd at that time, you know what I'm saying, it was limited to where now he's able to, you know what I mean, have that lane for other people like him to come up and do.
But
the
he
same
the
thing.
first one that started that stuff, though.
Exactly, he
the
is.
first one that
Right.
made it possible that you
to do
can
that.
be doing both.
He's the Michael.
all three.
He's the Michael
He's
Jordan.
he's the
Michael
reason,
Jordan.
yeah.
He's the Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson to the
of
professional.
every exactly.
You know what I mean?
Music, acting,
being able to take it
comedy.
and make it
The dude been on the stage, like he could go on the stage and do whatever.
Whatever he
He
wanna
even
do.
been in stage play. Dude
Now,
did it all.
And this is what's funny because a lot of people can't do that because y'all know that homie, what's his name, been getting slack for that. T.I. You know what I'm saying? Well, because
Oh, yeah,
you know, because he was trying to be a comedian. So it's like He couldn't do that. Right. Now Jamie could be the one to be like, I'm welcome in the comedy world and the music world where everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you gotta have a gift. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. But like, you know what, though? Ain't no comedian.
But you know what though? This is the sad thing though. Let's just keep it 100. People see Jamie and think, oh, I can do the same thing, but you can't because, like you said, it's a gift. Not everybody is capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Some people thinking because he do it so seamless and so easy. Oh, it's no. He sings awesome. He acts awesome. Some of y'all can't sing like him. Right. Some of you can't even act like that or be funny like. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, and also it comes. This is what I believe too.
I wish he would do another comedy special too, man.
I was gonna say this.
He needs to.
I think the reason why he has it down packed, the reason why I feel like Jamie Foxx has it down packed is because he can mimic. He can mimic, and when you are able to mimic, you're able to just do. You know what I mean? You can move wherever you want because you can. It's like a chameleon. You can blend in whatever. So like you see him mimicking people and stuff. Just think of you going into a thing and you hear something, you can mimic it or do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that plays a big part with whatever he's doing. Yeah. I feel like if you would mimic somebody, if you can mimic, like that's just like your boy you went to go see. What's his name? The comedian.
Aaron Spears.
He's a mimicker. So he can't sing, but he can probably do a Jamie Foxx and be like, dang, this dude sound like Jamie Foxx.
Oh, really? DMX.
You know what I'm saying? But he's like, you ain't Jamie, but you sound like him. You know what I'm saying? Because he can mimic. So he can kind of like blend in. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you could do that gifting, you can hit any platform you want. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah. Well, it's 4:45. I think it's time we both close this door.
Yes, sir.
And like I always say, tell a friend to come on in and we can be friends. Sundays and Thursdays.
Yeah. And don't forget before everybody start dropping out, if you haven't done so already, man, we appreciate the love. If y'all go hit the like button, hit the hearts, hit the share, tell people about the channel so we can continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? Don't cost you nothing but a click, baby.
That's it.
We appreciate everybody on TikTok. We appreciate everybody on IG. Y'all make sure y'all follow all the pages. Follow us if you can. If you ain't following us, follow us. Subscribe and check out all the YouTube videos, man, so y'all can get that experience, man. Subscribe. Also, if y'all want some clothes, hit us up. If y'all want some gear, hit us up. And guess what? If you do get the gear, take some dope videos, some dope pictures of you wearing it, and let us be able to post it on our content.
Yeah,
indeed. Appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah.
See y'all on Thursday.
All right.